I was a girl on the edge, desperately trying to manifest a new life because I had no choice. It was either I have to create this new life, otherwise I'm going to unalive myself. I wasn't happy. In fact, in 2019, I was sectioned. I was smoking a lot, I was eating edibles, but because my mental health was very poor, because I was out of alignment with my true purpose, I ended up going to a halfway house where they put junkies, drug addicts, homeless people, and was there for 3 days, and literally a couple months later was hospitalized again for psychosis because I was still smoking. I was still trying to run away from my life because I was unhappy. I was in hospital for 1 month. I came out, and honestly, my life would have, I don't know where it would have ended up, to be honest. Like, trigger warning, I did have thoughts about unaliving myself because I was so unhappy. I felt stuck. I felt trapped. Luckily, I was given a book by my dad that's centered on the 7 spiritual laws. I don't really like to promote this book because the author has been named in, let's just put it, a certain file. But if you go on my website, I have put the book and the title down as part of, what's the word I'm looking for? Just being very transparent with my origin story. That book opened my mind to manifestation. I began to visualize in the bath. I wanted to move to London, and at the time I was being told, you can't move to London, it's too expensive. This was like back in 2019, so it was expensive, but not as expensive as it is now. But yeah, I was being told it's too expensive because of all the people who are like utilized. Literally so many limiting beliefs from family members. And I don't know. I guess because I want to say I was delusional because I was still mentally ill. I'm not going to sit here and say like I was this, balanced spiritual person visualizing. No. I was a girl on the edge, desperately trying to manifest a new life because I had no choice. It was either I have to create this new life, otherwise I'm going to unalive myself because I'm done with this life. It was literally that kind of black and white thinking, and I don't know, maybe the power of that kind of helped me quantum leap because a couple months later I got my job in London. I got my job as basically it's like a library supervisor, and it allowed me to move to London. It was a part-time job, but it still allowed me enough to pay rent for a shared accommodation. And yeah, literally I think it was about a week before the first lockdown, March 2020, I moved to London. Unfortunately though, my story as a librarian didn't have a happy ending. I've made a whole video how I had to give up my job due to microaggressions. My dog literally just farted. What the hell? Look at Keto, look at his face. He's so happy with himself. I also manifested my dog, but that's a whole other video. Though it is interconnected because manifestation is real. But anyway, going back to University of West London, and I always name them. Like, we're living in an age of accountability. So yeah, I had to leave that job at the end of 2024 because of ongoing hair microaggressions, and I have a whole video where I show proof as well of the microaggressions I received over email. Now, let's fast forward to today, 2026, when I'm making this video, year of the fire horse, and I'm really reflecting on how much things have changed, but also in many ways how it feels like I'm still grappling with demons from the past. I wrote a poem that I'd love to read out. I literally wrote a poem to my demons, and I wrote it in the present tense. I said, "Dear demons, I'm sorry that you still think in pain and fear. I'm sorry that you still shrink from things committed, done 2 years ago by one of your own, another demon. You've not realized that your hold over me is dwindling. My bruised heart can now face rejection. My bruised heart can face mocking. Why? Because I love myself. Weird used to mean fate, magic. Now I post my magic openly. I am a beautiful, magical being. I haven't really finished the poem, just kind of left it there. But I'm someone who, as part of becoming an entrepreneur, had to step into greater visibility online. I had to really share my personal story. I had to share my beliefs because I wanted to connect with like-minded individuals. I had to take away the mask and show this is Naomi, this is who I really am. Somebody who is very spiritual, somebody who is, I want to say a witch, but I don't necessarily like that word, and there's a reason why. None of us like that word. It has been programmed into us to fear this word witch. But I'm definitely a powerful woman who can do magic. I'm definitely somebody who can tap into the unseen. And sharing that with my followers has been very liberating, very cathartic. Putting that on social media has been a great form of exposure therapy. It's exposed though the demons that I was writing to, how I'm scared of being seen as weird, even though if you look into the original meaning of the word weird, and I want you to, after this video, go Google weird, go look at the, I think it's called the epistemology, that's where words come from. Go look at the epistemology of the word weird, where it means literally, it used to mean fate, it used to mean basically magic, and for some reason it got demonized. I'm someone who still is scared of being seen as weird. I'm someone who still is scared of rejection because of the past trauma, but I'm looking my demons in the eye, and gradually I can feel something shifting, even though I'm 34 years old and I feel like I've been carrying this baggage for over 20 years. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video because there's many people, maybe you're someone right now who's watching, who you feel stuck in a life. You feel stuck when it comes to sharing your gifts, your true authenticity online. And I just wanted to use myself as an example of how life can change, how, you know, my life 10 years ago, my life even 3 years ago is completely different. I'm gradually creating the life of my truest desires, all my dreams, all my manifestations, all my visualizations, the money, the abundance, the freedom in time, location, finances. I am making it happen, and I want you to believe that you can also make it happen. Come my website, www.dieforartbynaomi.com. Hear what you need to remember. Everything that I have learned and continue to learn, I will give to you. Check out my website today. Kikito, say bye.